Now I'm live. Now it says live, 3 seconds. That's what it says. Okay. I'm just gonna share that because there's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I was looking at. Y'all, like, if you're here and you're expecting me to, no, you're not. You're not here. You're here because we're hanging out. I was just doing some a little bit of homework. That's all. Also, I'm using a hotspot, so if my internet sucks, then it sucks. Let's see. And I'm sharing my entire screen, so I'm not going to be going back and forth and highlighting. No, I just want the iPad so I can see comments. My phone's doing a lot of work. It's sharing hotspot. Because Spectrum decided to have a maintenance right now, which is fine. But I called them, and then I was like, it's okay. You gotta charge me the same anyway. And then, oh no, we're gonna give you credit. Oh, okay, cool. But I'm a real asshole. It's okay. You guys are gonna charge me the same anyway. There we go. Shut up, Miss Daisy. Hey, hi Jenny, hi Miss Daisy, hi Miss Shan, and whoever else is here. Hello, how are we doing? This is not gonna be like anything else, anything other than anything other than what I usually give you guys, which is just some sleuthing, some shit. Uh, hold on, let me do this. If you hear stuff in the background, my dog decided to have dinner just now. So you're hearing a 140-pound dog eating dinner. Wow, wow, wow. There's the fucking jowls. To this day, I'm still thinking, what made me want to have this 140-pound dog? I love him though. I love him though. Look, you want to see him? Look. Look at that. Oh shit, you can't see. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this animal here. It's like I have a big ass dog over here. You know, I'm not afraid of big teeth or his big teeth. And then my little kitty cat. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, he's a good boy. I'm gonna start a club and I'm gonna call it the Dane Club. We all have a club, right? There's like we all have our animal cliques. Can come here. Come here. Hey, come say hi to our friends. He's like, nah. Hey, Zeus. Never mind. I'm trying to show him off and he's not letting me. Your dog training videos blow my mind. Dogs are easy to train. You just gotta be the pack leader. That's how that works. Okay. Obviously, you didn't listen to me now, though. But yeah. Anyway. He doesn't what? Insomniac Anonymous meeting. I like how you say that. Create music. Oh, Daniel. I love y'all too. But anyway, okay. Obviously, I don't even think this live is gonna stay up. It's probably not gonna stay up because it doesn't matter. I made Greg Roberts. I tried training mine. He's too spoiled. Stop licking your paw, please. Thank you. Hey, Sunflower Dragon, how are you? The the only reason why I began training Zeus at such an early age was because I knew he was going to grow into such a large size, and I do not own my own home. I felt it necessary and responsible. I felt responsible to train him as best as I could early on. So we played the, you know, the like look at me game, right? Look at me into the eyes and wait for a command. If you find my TikTok, we do the leave it game. So I'll drop something on the ground and I'll say leave it, and he won't go at it no matter what it is. And I started doing that very early on. I'm talking about like months into his life. So, um, yeah. Um, but you have good dogs, Daisy. They're very powerful animals. Uh, Nova has gotten so good at her training. I'm so proud of her. She's making leaps and bounds, and so I'm sticking to it like she's a baby in training. Cause she is, yeah. So dogs. They want the training, and life is better for them when you give them a clear picture of what is expected of them. And if you can figure out a way to, if you can create a line of communication with them, so that's that's what dog training is essentially. You're not really training the dog, you're training yourself to communicate with your animal, which is important. And thank you for being here, y'all. You're amazing. And I don't know what I'm going to be talking about matters. And you guys know I try to talk about things in a way that it's just informative, if anything, because the wars are too much. I am not a soldier in that way, but um, well, I don't delete it. I just private it. But that's my choice, you know. I mean, it's for me. Yes, our dogs actually do train us. Okay, so let me just get into what I'm talking about. I'm not sharing my entire screen just because I do want to highlight your comments here. Yeah, I know, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it is my place. It took me a very long time to accept that it's my place, and I need to do with it what I do with it, but I do it with a good heart. Well, anyway, so okay, so what led me? You have six little babies, like animals or children? Because if you have children, dear Lord, if they're animals, still dear Lord, Miss Sunflower. Oh, and by the way, I just finished Game of Thrones again, and Game of Thrones ending sucks. If you guys have watched it, my dog actually. Okay, so my dog's name is Zeus. His his brother's name is Drogon, right? So if you watch Game of Thrones, Khaleesi, her main dragon is Drogon. So the person that I bought Zeus from, um, her female dog's name is Khaleesi. When Khaleesi had babies, she named one of them Drogon, and and then I got the brother, but I named him Zeus because I'm like, nah, I'm not into that. Like I wasn't into Games of Thrones then, but anyway, I am now into it. So you want to listen to the pale horse thing? What do you mean? They messed up the ending, dude. Set like seventh. The they messed it up season seven. Literally, they messed it up season seven. There was so much character development um they could have milked, like Jamie Lannister. They could have Jamie Lannister did not need to die. Khaleesi did not need to die. Um, but anyway, yes, I already finished House of Dragon as well, and I'm like, okay, how does House? I had to look up, right, the timeline and everything, the Targaryen timeline. I got real into it. It sucks. It sucks. Yeah, it's something we were talking about that it shouldn't have chance. What do you mean, Miss True Crime? I'm not gonna spoil it. I didn't spoil it. It's Chihuahua Chinese crested Yorkie. Oh my goodness. So you have like a little like wah, 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 wah kind of situation. I love Game of Thrones. I wish they would have done, but they're gonna come out with another like sequel to Game of Thrones, but it's gonna be about like Jon Snow or whatever. Yeah, Khaleesi shouldn't have died. I'm upset, and I don't like the way that they made Khaleesi act at the end. I did watch House of the Dragon. I already watched it. I watched it. That's what made me go and watch Game of Thrones again. I think Khaleesi's gonna come back though in the next Game of Thrones. I think she's gonna come back because Drogon took her when she was killed. The prequel. No, but there's gonna be like an after Game of Thrones. I've watched it. I've watched it. I'm telling you, I already watched it. It's good. It's weird, but it's good. I'm disappointed. Stop licking your paw. I'm gonna kill him. It is good. It's all good. I love it. Okay. We're talking about Game of Thrones here. Sorry. Not sorry. But that's where my dog came from because my best friend's little sister wanted to have her she named her dog Khaleesi, her Great Dane Khaleesi, and then wanted to have puppies. Um and then I bought my Zeus, and I love him to death. My big old dog with the teeth. He's like my little wolf. All right. So, anyway, what was I saying? Okay. I don't know if this matters, but I'm going to like just talk about it um because there is an STR program, short-term rental program in Truckee. I didn't know what that meant, but someone that lives um well, there are a few people that speak about this, that talk about people that attended this party were 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 a part of a short-term rental program in Truckee. And then so I just Googled short-term rental and then town of Truckee, and it actually comes up. I had never heard of an STR program, but it just seems to me like whoever was at this party, and I'm not going to play the clips of these people talking about it because it really doesn't matter. How I got here is I had never heard of an STR program. Is Miss Jenny here? Did I not say hi to Miss Jenny? Okay. I'm going to go through this quickly because this is not meant to be super long or whatever. STR program in Truckee is different than Airbnb. They have different regulations. Um, I wonder if this matters at all for the people that were at this party, right? There were people at this party that were not from there, obviously, right? People that were visiting from Sacramento, from Kings Beach, from Reno, from I mean, we've all heard of all these cities, right? And even Sam Smith mentions, people come and stay and party because like why not, right? And again, the purpose of whatever I'm talking about right now is really not to point fingers at anybody. I'm just trying to understand what the traffic is like in and out of Truckee, if that makes sense. And I hope that like people can respect that. So, what do you mean present again? I'm I'm presenting right now what I are you not be able to see, are you not being able to see it? Okay. So from what I gathered, some of the people that were at this party were utilizing a short-term rental program, which is different than an Airbnb. And I don't understand. I didn't. I mean, I barely. I've never used an Airbnb personally. So again, this is where like kind of my research went into. The people that were going to this party and were not seniors of like high schools that were invited to be there. Why did they go there? Is what I'm wondering. And where did they stay? Where did these people that went to this party, again, just a general question, and maybe again, larger content creators and people with more resources than I have can answer this question, because I'm wondering what the traffic was like for these parties, because it seems like the traffic for this party, the interest for this party was abnormally larger and just different than the usual parties that happen here, right? So according to the testimony of Sam Smith to Tony Dodge, she in that interview says, that what did she say? Because I'm trying to separate all her stories, because all her stories change depending on who she's speaking to, which I can understand. She's a teenager, she's 18. She's not a 30-year-old that is mature and is just focused on the truth. She's just probably just trying to make everybody happy, right? I'll meet her halfway. Hi Caleb, how are you? I'm glad to see you here. So I'm wondering where this traffic came from. Where did they stay? So again, it is allegedly, and it's from the people that have spoken that live there, but also in these comments that I read on Facebook, that if you're too drunk, you stay there, right? If you're intoxicated, it's known that you stay there. Again, if Kiely is, I mean, well, Kiely is not. There's no if. Kiely is from this area. That's something that she would know. Why drive home? But again, she's 16, so she made a mistake. Okay. I'm really trying to come at this from a very like neutral, logical point. Anyway, from what I've heard, this was interesting to me because it was specific. Short-term rental was said many times from people that are from there. It doesn't matter who it was that I heard it from. That doesn't matter. But so I wonder, what is the difference between a short-term rental and an Airbnb? And I don't know if this means anything or not. I don't know. The town began the expedited process of creating a permit program in early August 2020 in response to heightened community interest and concern. The ordinance is intended to strike a balance between welcoming visitors to Truckee while reducing neighborhood nuisance issues associated with short-term rental properties. The quick guide requirements to short-term rentals in Truckee. This is not an exhaustive list. Please review the full ordinance. So, a short term rental is a stay of less than 31 continuous nights. Short term rental requirements apply to a registered property at all times, regardless of whether the property is being used as a short term renter on a given day. There are noise restrictions. Quiet hours are required between 10 and 7 a.m. Interior posted, trash collection, complaint resolution, parking, occupancy limit, fire safety enforcement. Okay, all this information is there. Um, Short-term rental helpline. I want to know, what is the difference between a short-term rental and a hotel and B&B? Were these people that were coming to this party staying at a short-term rental? And why not a beer Airbnb? Or I'm just trying to understand. Again, I want to play where I heard it from, but it's not necessary. But from what I learned in listening to what I listened to, short-term rentals are a thing, are actually more popular than hotel B&Bs and B breakfast and whatever in Truckee. There are different rules. Okay, so I'm gonna keep scrolling here just because I'm listening to you. I'm reading. So okay, so I started googling, right, how short term Airbnb rentals work. Is it the same thing? The people that went to this party, did they show up? Okay, this is my question. And I want to ask your opinion because I'm really curious about this party because this party, again, was different than any other party. The people that knew about this party, did they stay overnight there? Or did they ahead of time rent short term lodging and Airbnbs? And if so, they're not going to stay at the campsite overnight. Does that make sense? I believe to have people rent your property while you are not using your vacation home. Right. Excuse me. I just want to understand where all these random people came from, right? Because we have testimony from party goers, like Sam is one of them, that says, excuse me, there were people that were not from here coming here. Well, where were these people staying then after this party? Hi, Jody. How are you? Rando says there's no proof of these random people. This is something that we all need to consider. There's no proof that there is and or is not. The same, it weighs the same to me. We don't have proof of these people the same. Like, so how do we know there, just like there was this party, right? People say there was this party, but we don't have pictures of it. So isn't it 50-50 that there was or was not a party happening? Hi, going crazy. How are you? Thank you, Caleb. Questions are okay. Questions are good. But these are the little stupid things that I ask myself. Where did these people stay? So when Madeline went to the campground, remember? Because mom said she didn't come home and Madeline was like, I'll go and look for her. Did Madeline see people there crashed out on the floor or in cars? Madeline didn't see Kiely's car. Where was Kiely's car? Because Madeline knows Kiely's car. Madeline is Kiely's friend. Madeline said, I did not see anybody. I did not see anything. So Madeline did not see the car. Madeline knew where the party was then, right? These are my questions. When Madeline went to go look for Kiely, what did she see? What did she not see? Where did these people stay that went to this party that nobody knew about? Does that make sense? And I'm trying to find. I just realized that my videos, I do not label them well at all. Because I'm trying to find where I'm talking about Madeline, and I cannot find it. Might be this one. I'm not sure. Ikmail's ring, and Ronnie said his cousins were at the party. So who were they? Right. Um, they were all at Boca. Did she really go? See, this is the thing. Regardless of where this party was, where did the people stay? Where did the people stay after the party? Did they actually stay overnight? The people that are not from there, they're going to rent, aren't they? They're going to rent Airbnbs, they're going to rent short term rentals. Yes, tourist towns usually have to regulate and well, short term rentals don't have to follow Airbnb's rules. That's what I'm learning. Someone that talks about this says short term rentals. Let's see. And then here, okay. Truckee adopts changes to short term rental rules. Is it the same thing though? Am I just being stupid? Like short term rental is an Airbnb? They're different things, right? This is from Sierra's Sun. And again, Truckee, Tahoe, Kings Beach, Incline Village. Think about the cities there. Truckee has adopted amendments to its short term rental ordinance, including rules on how many registration certificates should be issued. I then went into this whole thing was the Lost Trail Lodge a Airbnb or a short term rental? Because they have different criteria. Town council unanimously, approved the changes. We've been listening through so many different means. Our community-wide outreach survey, where we had 1,500 people respond, hundreds of public comments that we've received before in various council meetings, and our coffee chats and our stakeholder groups. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself a second. Give me a second. So again, I'm asking myself, let's say the abduction situation is real, or these random people that showed up at the party, where did you stay? Where did they stay? Did they just go to this party, get messed up, and then drive her out of there? Again, I'm kind of all over the place right now. I am literally all over the place right now. You will not be able to follow anything that I'm saying right now, but maybe me going through all these different subjects at once, maybe something will touch you in a way, and then you'll stick with it, and then maybe do more research on it, because I'm all over the place. Literally, I am. Okay, so let's see. In our coffee chats, what are coffee chats? In our stakeholder groups, and numerous informal conversations with our constituents. What does that mean? Our coffee chats and our stakeholder groups and numerous informal conversations with the constituents. Okay, said Mayor Courtney Henderson, and I think we recognize that not everyone will necessarily be satisfied this evening with whatever. Okay, cap on short-term rentals. Truckee has now adopted a cap on 1,255 short-term rental registration certificates, which was the number of active registered short-term rentals. Okay, I don't know what this means, but I feel like
That has to do with the owners of those.
the owners of okay.
They have to register it because it's not their home. It's
Right.
their business.
While town staff says the cap is a tool to prevent oversaturation of short term rentals. Others, like property management companies, argue a cap hinders their business, won't address the housing crisis. What does that have to do with the housing crisis? And could potentially drive visitors to other areas around Tahoe. Airbnb also sent a letter to town council stating short term rentals could possibly be a part of solving the housing problem in the area. So, was short term rentals something they were using to help with homelessness in the area or something? If Kylie knew, and again, I'm going back and forth now because I'm reading your comment, Rando. I've always considered it possible that Kylie was camping, sleeping in her car, and was taken. If that were true, let's say that's a possibility. I mean, it has been repeated to us, at least to me, that if kids get too drunk, they know to stay there because for over two, three, 4 generations, it's just that's what we do there in this town. Oh, well, everybody knows if you get drunk, you just stay there. That's like a common thing. So that's ingrained in her. That's ingrained in Kylie, right? If she's from there. So if she was going to do that, wouldn't she, if she knew that was okay to do, why didn't she do that? While short term rentals did not cause the affordability crisis, they can be a part of the solution by generating much needed tax revenue to build affordable housing units. We strongly encourage the town council to follow the examples of countless jurisdictions across the U.S. and exempt primary residents, short term operators. Truckee first adopted a short term rental ordinance in 2020. Requirements went in effect 2021. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. um, Again, I don't know what this means. It's just someone talked about short term rental. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that was or what that meant. I wanted to look it up, and Truckee does talk about it. And I want to know if what is short term rentals what these people that went to this party used instead of Airbnbs. But I didn't know what this was, right? So, hi, Miss Princess, how are you? But I still want to know where these people slept that night. These random questions that I have. Well, they have different they have that's what I thought, Miss Led with Love, Airbnb and hello. Airbnb is short-term rental. Yes, but they have they have like different rules. So anyway, this is something I feel is important. Yes, different restrictions. Didn't people stay a lot at Boca Campground? I hope that we do not I hope that we can focus on these parties. I feel like these parties are important. Um there are a lot of I guess like how do I say it? It's late, so I wasn't even supposed to go live. The fact that you guys are here is amazing to me. And thank you for being here. And this live may go down. But if you're here and listening, then it's important. Or think about it. Think about these details that people don't talk about. The people that came to this party that don't usually attend these parties, where did they stay? I wish there was a way we could. Well, we're not detectives either, right? Can't see like logs of shit because who the fuck are we also to fucking ask for this shit? We're nobody. But, your mind is a powerful thing. Don't get distracted by drama, don't get distracted by anything. Just ask yourself these questions. Where did these people stay when this party was over? Who stayed? Who did Madeline see when she went and volunteered to go look for Kiely at the campground? When Madeline went to the campground, did she see a lot of people out there in their cars? How many cars would have been at this campground? It's not very big. So these people that came from out of town, what are we talking about? 20, 30 cars? I mean, how many people were actually at this party? Those are the questions we need to ask. So think about that. That's it. That's it. I'll see you guys soon. I love you all. I gotta go. But think about it. Bye, y'all.